Right, today is Tuesday. I tested a couple of endurance exercises at the climbing wall this afternoon, which I think should work for me for the next couple of weeks, so I'll have a look at programming them in. It's something o'clock in the evening, 12 minutes past 7. I've just finished doing pull-ups, weighted pull-ups again, 5 sets of 5. I've now upped it to 12 kilograms, so that's an additional 2. And that was tough. Then it was 100 kettlebell swings with the 24 kilogram bell, and then 10 get-ups back down to the 16. And I think I'm going to stick with that 16 for a bit, work the movement slower, and get myself back up to the 24, which just feels heavy at the minute. The 24 feels heavier than it used to, doing the get-ups, because I used to be able to do it with that fine. And the 16 just feels like I'm holding nothing. But I'm not paying money for an intermediate one just for that. So that's pretty much today's training done. I have changed my protein shake now. Gone on to this grenade fudge, which is actually very, very nice. And it mixes well. No lumps at the bottom or anything. Plus, it's the only protein powder I've ever found that's actually decent mixed with water instead of milk. So it's one I shall definitely be using again, and I think I may also take a look at their other flavours. But that's a 5 kilogram bag, so that should yeah, I think that'll do me for a week or two. I mean, I could double up the dosage really if I wanted. Creatine. I do think once I finish this though, I'm going to drop off the creatine. I'm not entirely sure that's necessary. To be fair, I don't think the protein powder is particularly necessary, but I do find that when I do have it, I generally feel better in terms of less achy, especially with all of the work I've been doing the past couple of months. Yeah, I think that's it for today's update. There's no point making this a separate video. I think I'll just do this kind of thing for the next day or two until I've got enough to make a single video. Oh, the rain didn't come in like it was expected. It rained a bit overnight. We had some drizzle this morning, and it's still, the rest of the day has been warm and dry again. It's just very overcast. I think this is probably what it's going to be like all week. It doesn't seem like we're getting heavy rain, at least not during the daytime. That's the thing, the weather app shows rain all week, but it's like low chance of rain. So why show it as raining all week? Why not just, at least mix it with dry, cloudy and rain instead of solid rain, which it evidently isn't. Okay, now I am done for today. protein shake, maybe some cereal, shower, then just try not to think for a bit. That'd be nice. I am most of the way through copying my music off the SSD now. So far it's all gone pretty smooth, apart from one track that wouldn't copy for some reason. And I tried to play the track and it started playing and then stopped, and I don't know why. But that was the main title for The Wrath of Khan. The rest of the album copied fine, but that track I can't get. Not that I won't have a problem getting it again, I could just re-download it if I have to. But everything else so far has gone smooth. I am very nearly done, I think. And then I think that's the only stuff that really matters on this drive. I've got some gaming stuff on here, but most of that's Steam, so that shouldn't be a problem to re-download via Steam. My Blender files, I'm going to have to see if I can back them up, because it'll be annoying to lose them. Because some of them I wouldn't mind going back to at some point. Well, it's not the end of the world if they do go. Also, if there's a quality difference between this clip and the clip beforehand, it's because I've dropped this down to 1080p instead of 4K. Because videos like this is just not worth 4K. In fact, 99% of videos on YouTube is not worth 4K. I'll do 4K when I go out and climb or any other outdoor stuff like that, but for just general clips like this or for clips of me training, it's just a waste of hard drive space to record that in 4K. And it also means it takes longer to upload and stuff, so this is just quicker all around. So this is a 3TB hard drive. I'm thinking I'll replace it with a 4TB, but that's still going to be 500 quid. That I wasn't really looking to spend on computer stuff right now. Where do I want to copy down to? Let's go down to Nightwish. Copy, paste. I'm sticking all of this onto a USB stick. And then I do have a second blank USB stick, so I may copy it onto that. And then I can keep one in the van, one in the house. Might be a decent idea. Yeah, as far as today goes, I did some of the new climbs from the set that just went up this week. I did a few of them. Then I did a barbell session, which was... what was that? Let me bring up the app. The 5x5 plan. And I did day 2. Which was deadlift, pull-ups, incline bench press, overhead press, bicep curls, reverse flies, and standing calf raises. Raves? Definitely not raves. I am not a raver. So I've got one session of that left this week. And then it's only a 3-week program, so it's the same again next week. Then I'm done with that for a bit. I've also noticed I have shoulder issues. Like, right about there, when I do pull-ups and stuff, that's what gets me. On both shoulders. So I'm starting to do a shoulder mobility routine as well. Probably need to do some wrist strengthening too. And then some finger exercises, because this hand, I don't know if you can see it, but that's as much as I can close that hand. And that's been like that for a couple of years. And then this one's not quite as bad, but I think I might have aggravated that fingerboarding over the weekend. But we'll see how that goes. I can still hang on it. I can still climb with it. It's just very stiff middle fingers. Shall have to look more into that properly, I think. Yeah, I think that's all I've got for today. So I'll tack this onto the end of yesterday's footage, and then I think put this up as a video. My external SSD that I've been backing my video footage up to is only 1 terabyte as well, and that's filling up fast. Another reason to drop down to 1080 for most stuff. So yeah, it's going to end up being a few £100 for a larger one of them as well. Although I think on the external, since it is a backup, I could look at compressing them into a zip folder and hope that that saves some space as well. This is an annoyance that I did not want. You know, as compared to those annoyances that people do want. That's why they have kids, right? Yeah, okay, I'm done. Gonna finish copying this over. Then go grab a shower.